Hello, Michael.
Hello there. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
Got my
What's
full top on
that?
for the
What,
draw. The draw
you got
last night.
you got a nil-nil on Thursday night football.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we got a battering on Wednesday.
you did. The Arsenal ladies battered
Yeah,
your lot.
there you
See,
go. I thought I'd
Arsenal
let you get that in.
Arsenal batter everybody everywhere they go.
Yep, I thought you would get that in. I just thought I'd put it in there before you brought it up as some obnoxious Wednesday football's the best thing in the world. Hence, first, although I've got to sort of hold that
Yeah,
behind
no,
thing.
I'm going early this week. Thursday night football goes in room 101.
Ugh.
It's just it's just rubbish. And to have Liverpool fans come on and start shouting they've scored a goal against a third division team from Czechoslovakia, or what, Czech Republic as it's now known, or Swinterland or whatever it was previously. Anyway, the point being is, who cares? It's Thursday night
Well,
football. No
if
one.
you're gonna start off by putting that in your room 101, we're starting off with room 101. I'll put mine in. There's mine. There he is.
Yes,
Referee Paul
the
Tierney.
man who didn't give the ball back.
Yeah.
How much did Klopp say to him? It's our ball. We're Liverpool. You give us the ball.
Well, it was just
Mr.
bonkers.
Klopp,
The whole thing was just bonkers. I mean, the guy that went down, who was it, Konza or something, went down with his, wasn't Konza, was it?
holding his head. Yeah,
Canate, holding his head. But it was his referee, his own keeper that did him. So it wasn't even a foul.
I know.
So,
Well, they're trying to cheat their way to a quadruple.
well, you're going to get some good. But I just, as a neutral and someone who obviously knows fuck all about football, because I don't, that just seemed so bizarre. It just seemed so pathetic that you've actually just given the ball away. And even for me, as a layman who knows now, I looked at that and went, "What's wrong in it?"
Well, I'm yeah, but this proves my point. They're cheating their way with the help of the Premier League to a quadruple. Manchester City are already guilty of 115 charges. It just hasn't come in front of the Premier League yet for their punishment. So clearly, Arsenal's the only team that can win anything. So
Yeah.
swiftly
But
moving
there you
on,
go.
Michael.
I'm on Forest side for that. I'm not against Liverpool. And that they just played the game. That was it. You know, you got to go with what the referee says. But I think he was a complete tool for doing that, and seemed such a basic mistake. But there we go. So he's my room 101 anyway.
So that's good. I've never ever watched a Monday night football, enjoyed the first half, and actually near the last 20 minutes, I'm saying to the ref, blow the whistle. Sheffield United aren't interested because they can't actually get the ball. And
You were
Arsenal aren't
saying to the ref, are
interested
you
because they
like the
made
VAR?
all their what?
Are you the VAR ref? You say if you're saying to the ref, are you like in his little logo giving him?
Well, I should be. I should be like, honestly, if it was a boxing match, it would have been stopped in 15 minutes.
I can just see you go here, Paul, stop the game, stop the game.
Did you see that Sheffield United made their first sub after 15 minutes and the guy
Well,
wasn't injured?
well, how many goals did you score in the first half?
5.
How many did you score in the second half?
Only one.
So they won the second half,
No, they lost 1-0 in the second half.
which for them is a win.
That is a win. But
Yeah,
that's
so
what I'm
that's a
saying.
win.
The last 20 minutes, we didn't care. They didn't care. The commentators didn't care. Although the funniest commentary was Alan Smith, who said Arsenal scored on the 5th minute, and Alan Smith said that goal's been coming for some time. But it's like 5 minutes.
Uh,
Or to be fair, we did hit the post and miss a sitter. So
you did a Nunes.
yeah, we did a Nunes. He wasn't wrong. So Michael, what we're going to talk about this week? In terms of I've got a couple of funny stories to finish with, but in terms of our own fantasy league, I think we should give a shout out to the people who have qualified for the last 8 of the Champions League, and that is JP Everton, well done. Julian Arsenal, well done. Rishi Tottenham, he beat Ollie. Frankie Tottenham. The lovely Holly, your daughter,
Uh,
qualified.
do you know what? I don't know who she supports.
Your
Um,
your future son-in-law, obviously, he failed
yeah, he's
miserably.
Spurs, only.
Marley got through, Arsenal fan, old Bob. Neil M, he got through. I don't actually know who Neil supports. And then yourself, you
So,
as a Villa supporter.
so this is the top eight, yeah.
So you are now in the top eight. The draw for the top
So
eight.
the Sisterson family,
The
or as I was
Sisterson
called,
family have got two in the quarterfinals.
or as last night I was called, the Pisterson with a capital P, getting the
Yes.
punctuation correctly. Although if you're going to do it rightly, you might as well call it the cystitis, the irritating cunt. But that would have been better. But
Oi,
hey,
no language.
well
Your
that hey,
children might be listening.
that's just part of the scenario. That's why you should call it cystitis. It's a
Anyway,
um,
anyway,
anyway. But
the
I've got
draw.
25% of the actual players are my family.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you might actually win a trophy in the family this year. But the draw for the last eight, I could put you together. No, I won't because it's a fair draw. The draw for the last eight is week 29, which is next week, which everybody needs to know there's only 4 games being played next weekend because of the FA Cup.
Is it four?
And then the first round is week 30 and the second round is week 31,
Yeah.
which is
So anyone who's using their chip,
who goes into the semi-finals.
yeah, so if people have used their chips up for next week, you could be a bit knackered on making substitutions, etc. Everyone needs that little free one hit thing, don't they? What is it called? Is that the free hit? Or does the 1 week?
The free hit where you can change the whole team in 1 week. If you've already done that, bad luck.
Yeah, good luck.
I should just quickly say that the FA Cup round of 16, which you're not in, are you? No, gosh, you're not. That's one of the trophies you or your lovely daughter are not in.
Well, I didn't want to go for a clean sweep, you know.
That's going to be played. That the draw's already been made, and that's going to be played in week 30. So actually, in week 30, we're going to have both European Cup and FA Cup, but that's the only way we can fit them all in this season without, making people play it in week 29 where there's only 4 games. I think
is injured. Oh, good.
I think we should not bother looking at our own team, Diamond Dogs, because we're just rubbish.
It's gone,
and we shouldn't look at my team. Or you got a new segment, haven't you?
A new what?
I thought you had a new idea about my team.
Oh, your team. Yeah, it's a little theory that I've got is Robin does it so we don't have to. It's a little so what we do is I think each week Robin nominates what he's going to do with his team. Then we know not to because it's a total shit idea.
Well, I'll tell you what I've done.
So this is Robin does so we don't have to. Robin does so we don't have to. There you go. Little intro for you.
Okay, so last week I thought I was being very clever. I put a couple of Bournemouth players in, knowing they've got a double game week this week, only to find that one of them's injured. So that wasn't very clever. Now I'm stuck with him. But what I did, I made a big brave decision this week. I took out Haaland. Why? Because
with a bullet or
it makes what's that?
With a bullet, or you took him out your team?
I took him out of my team. I transferred him out on the base. I'm the only person to transfer Haaland out on the basis that if he's in, what difference does it make? I don't move up or down the table. If I don't have him, what difference does it make? So, I'm gone for differentiators this week. So
everyone's going to keep Haaland, and he's going to get probably 4 or 5 goals this week.
Yes, he probably will because I haven't picked him. Yep. So I've gone. I've kept my Luton players in, or one of them. I've got a couple of Bournemouth players in. So I'm rocking. I tell you, I'm going to be massive scorer this week. I've got rid of Doku and brought in Foden. So anybody out that's got Foden, transfer him out.
I've got Foden. Why do you have to do that? I've got Foden.
That's my tip of the week. Bring in Foden.
Your tipless week.
Yeah.
There you go, people. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. Robin does it.
You don't have to. From the horse's mouth. I think, though, what we should do is we should look at
Top
your
boy.
team. So I'm
No,
gonna
not a top boy. Look at Jimbo's
well,
all
we'll look
star.
at Tom Boy as well, but I'm gonna share my screen, and I think we should look at well, you scored 92 last week, and you're now in 10th place. Can you see that?
Yep.
So this is you, right?
Mm.
So let me
Not
ask. So Areola, right?
what
A
it is.
penalty save. So that's a complete freak because West Ham are rubbish.
They're
White,
not too bad.
White. I've had White all season. I transfer him out for Gabriel because Gabriel is scoring more points. And what does White go and do? Scores a worldie.
So what have you just done? Proved the whole point of Robin does it so we don't have to.
Yeah, I never would have had Tarkowski.
I know. I don't know why I got him in years ago. Yeah.
Um, and again, you Foden, you're right with you kept Palmer and Gordon, yeah, Louise, all of those are good. I've had De Bruyne. He either doesn't play him or he doesn't get any points.
Yeah, he's not done well in the last couple of weeks. No,
And you got Haaland
it could be a
and
Salah.
Watkins.
It could be a Salah instead.
Oh, I see you got Tony. You're going to put Tony in against Arsenal this Saturday?
No, he's
Okay.
gone.
We're not going to mention Brentford getting battered because it may not happen because they're actually quite a good team, Claire.
Might just get beaten.
I'm not bad. Yes.
I've actually, this is my top tip. I've actually got rid of Tony and I've put in Solanke because obviously Bournemouth are playing twice.
Oh yeah, good. That's a very sensible move. So let's have a look
at my front line: Solanke, Haaland, and Watkins this week.
Okay, I won't look at the fact I'm in 70th place. So James, who is top and keeps extending his lead.
And he got 81 points, so he's doing all right.
Well, he got -4 though, so he got 77 versus your 92. So you moved into the top 10. I honestly, you are becoming a fantasy master.
And if you actually look at the scores for this month of manager, I'm top.
You could get manager of the month if
I'm top so far because there's only been 1 week.
If you put some money in my account, you'll definitely get manager of the month.
Oh, I can't. Well, seeing you've suggested that, no.
I'm just saying.
Anything you suggest, Robin does, so we don't have to.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, so where's his big surprise? So Dubranka, the Newcastle goalie. I mean, you can't really argue with that. Gabriel, you can't argue with. I'm also upset about Estupiñán because he came back after his injury and he was brilliant before. I've got him in my side and he's getting 0 points and he plays 90 minutes. You know, it's rubbish.
If he'd actually put Areola in, he'd have got 6 more points.
Yes, he would have. But he's got the same up front as you, so he's copying you. He's got almost the same midfield as you.
I haven't got Son.
You know, so
I haven't got Bowen. I haven't got Saka. So he's got two out of the 5, almost the same. Not even half. No wonder you're shit at this game. Oh, I'm glad you're not a banker.
Right,
well, you rhyme with it.
Yes, yes. I'm not showing anymore. So we're not allowed to talk about Scousers. So
hang on, no, we have got to do one little thing about a Scouser, and it's nothing bad or wrong or anything, but I have just seen this headline of the BBC, which did make me chuckle. Where is it? The background. Where's my little virtual background? Right, and I had to take a quick photo of it, just get it on here. Quality coming out of that bloke, right? Which I don't disagree with. He's a brilliant footballer, but it just makes me laugh. The headline, how things can be forgotten. A couple of weeks ago, they were taking the piss out of him for hitting the goalposts of record times in a game. And now he gets 5 goals or something. He's a hero. It's just like, it just shows hero to zero. Nothing to do with Liverpool. It's just a thing about a player. And it just made me laugh. The headline.
It's not a very flattering picture, is it?
No, not the best. But talking about not flattering pictures, this is one that I did find, which did make me chuckle.
That's actually a very handsome chap. Well,
It is.
I
That's
mean,
one for everyone. There's Robin.
what's a good looking bloke? Where did you find him?
Oh, you could. All you got to do is you just tap in failures, and that came up.
Fantasy failures.
Yeah. Oh dear, I did laugh, but I thought, oh,
So,
let's tap your name. You've actually got another one on there of you standing in your room looking a bit pissed, to be honest. Um, on Google, type your name in on Google, and you'll
why am
in the images.
typing my name in on Google?
I bet you do.
That's a terrible suggestion. Anyway,
Why?
we've
See,
got a
you'll see
couple
the
of
other picture of you pissed. Go
of
on,
football stories.
come on. Then.
So we all know that Lionel Messi is at Inter Miami. Okay,
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie, yes. And I love the fact that his bodyguard walks up and down the touchline. If he goes from one half to the other, the bodyguard kind of follows along the touchline in case any small child wants to run on and, hug him.
Well, it can't be. It might be because it's an American. It's a big bloke, and he might flatten him.
And also, thinking about it, a small child is the same size as Messi, so that would be seen as probably a clash of two, trucks coming together. But anyway, so this story I found, it goes, headline is he's not into you.
No.
So when you throw the best player of all time into a squad of absolute shit munchers, heads are going to roll. So, and it's true, because I once watched a couple of, when I lived there, I watched Thierry Henry play for the Red Bulls, and it's like you've got one talented player who didn't have to break sweat, 10 others that just couldn't pass to one another. Anyway, so first on the Inter Milan chopping block was gaffer Phil Neville. Well, obviously. I mean, can you imagine Messi coming in and going, sorry, who's coaching me? Phil Neville? Oh no, he's not coaching me. So he got rid of him. And next was a small matter of a total overhauling of the squad. So Leo's old pals, Busquets and Suarez, replaced the great Shanda Borgelin and also Phil's hapless son, Harvey Neville, who no one's ever heard of. It's great picking your own son when he's rubbish. Yeah. So anyway, so the new season began last month, and Messi's, he got rid of all the players he wanted to get rid of. That was until last week when former Newcastle defender DeAndre Yedlin broke into an impromptu team talk, ordering Suarez to track back and reminding 3 times Champions League winner Busquets not to give away any penalties. 1 week later, Yedlin, the fledgling club's most capped player, was sold to Cincinnati. So it's like no one messes with the Messi mafia. And then there was one more, which I thought was quite amusing. So no one would have heard of this guy, but a couple of weeks ago, a Dutch court handed Quincy Proms 7 years in the slammer for smuggling 1,300 kg of cocaine and stabbing his cousin in the leg. But the former Ajax striker wasn't worried. He was banging the goals in for Sparta Moscow, and Russia doesn't extradite criminals to the Netherlands. It normally sends them to Ukraine. So then they had a summer break, Sparta Moscow. They went to Dubai for warm weather training. Quincy's lawyer had some simple advice: stay out of trouble. So when he headed to Dubai for his warm weather training, Quincy was not the sharpest tool in the shed, and within a few days was back in handcuffs, facing extradition to the Netherlands over a hit and run incident in the Gulf state. But he was in luck again. According to local press, Russian authorities intervened at a high level to secure his release. So Mr. Putin has some allies in the Middle East as the only place that he can go.
Yeah. So
there you go. So if anybody's looking for a striker next season, Quincy's up for it, as long as you don't mind the fact that he might have to do 7 years in the slammer first of all with Joey Bart. He could join Joey.
Yeah, and also if you're a dodgy footballer and you're into little nefarious means of earning some extra cash, do it in Russia.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Russia's the place to go and play. And
No,
did you watch the Brit Awards? Kind of
no,
weird thing.
no.
Anyway, Ivan Toney, who's just come off of an 8-month ban for betting, was one of the guests giving out the Brit Award trophies. And
Please tell me you did a good commentary of who's
the
going to take
the hostess said when they read through the list of potential winners, said to him, "Which one are you betting on?"
Who was the host? Did they do that deliberately, or was that a
I
total
think
fluke?
she. I can't remember her name. I think she did. Yeah.
Right. He should have opened up. In third place, I won £1,000. In second place, way, I got the jackpot.
Ah, hilarious. So anyway, so that's it from me, Michael.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm absolutely bored with this rubbish. We're not having any go at anybody about celebration police this week because there hasn't been much celebrating this week. Although I'm sure Klopp did his running up in front of the. It wasn't in the. It
Sure,
wasn't
Arsenal
the Klopp.
girls had a
Where he
few
went.
celebrations. I'm sure Arsenal girls had a few celebrations.
Arsenal, yeah, but they deserve to because they battered some Midlands team beginning with V
Yeah,
to go through to the final of a cup, I think, wasn't it?
yeah, it was the semi-final, so yeah.
That's such a shame.
That's a shame. There'll be no cups again this year for
Such
us.
a
But
shame.
look at that! Look at that little smiley face there. Look at that.
That is the most handsome dude we've ever had on this podcast.
Well,
I've got to tell you. I mean, seriously, the fan club and the following will be huge after this. Huge.
talking of which, we need to have an interview. We need to have an interview. Let's think about who having an interview.
Our lot are scared of being interviewed
I
because
think you should get
they're basically scared of the insightful questions that we throw at them. And
I think you should
you
get
know,
Cushion to say, "How did you get? How are you doing getting up there? Get him on."
let's reach out to Cush and see if Cush wants to come on and talk to us about how he saved himself from humiliation.
Yeah. Has he got inside knowledge? Does he know some manager? Has Pardew doing his team for him? I don't know. Yeah. Was he got? Oh, I was going to
So
say,
anyway, this weekend, okay, it's worth pointing out.
oh,
It kicks off on Saturday lunchtime, I think, with Man United v Everton.
Everton,
Um,
30.
I think we're looking for an Everton win there because Ten Hag was hilarious after last weekend. He actually thinks they pretty much
You
matched
just completely.
City, although they never had the ball apart from the Rashford's freak shot that went in, and then
Yeah, that
Rashford
was
did nothing afterwards because he doesn't want to
that
be.
that was a hell of a shot, though. That was a good goal.
It was a good goal. Did you? And also, ever since what's his name's taken over, put 2 million of his own money, 2 billion,
2 million.
200 million or whatever it is of his own money into Man City. Their share price, Manchester United, their share price has fallen by 33%.
Oh, he's also apparently going to cut a load of staff, isn't he? So he's going to have a lot of redundancy, and
I
that'll
think
also be backroom staff.
I think he should cut the whole of the first team squad. Actually, I mean they
See, I
are.
like that. I like that comment earlier on the week when we were talking about financial stuff on the WhatsApp. Yeah, just virtually every club in the Premiership's an arseholes on money, and there should be bankrupt. There should be, if it's your business, you'd be declared bankrupt on most of them. Put them all in the Championship League, bring them up, and let them all fight back for it.
I'm
Let them
sorry.
lose
I'm
it.
sorry. Some clubs have integrity. Arsenal. We don't mess around with breaking rules. We're
It's in your
gentlemen.
name, mate. It's in your name.
We're gentlemen. No, it's not. In
Arse.
fact, there was a game many years ago when Carnu scored from. This is the Liverpool thing. This is the difference between Liverpool and why you're right about Room 101. The ball went out of play. Carnu picked it up, and what he should have done was given it back to Sheffield Wednesday. I think it was a cup game, FA Cup game, but he didn't. Someone threw it to Carnu. Carnu scored. Obviously, the opposition went mad. Like, he should have given us the ball back. And it wasn't 2 minutes later like the Liverpool. It was instantly. What did Arsenal do? They offered to replay the game. And they did replay the game. the manager of Sheffield United or Wednesday or whatever was a bit cheeky because he asked if it could be played at their place. We said, no, we'll replay it at Arsenal, and we beat them fair and square the second time round.
Only reason you did that.
Can you imagine? And that comes back to the first game of the season when Tottenham beat Liverpool with that goal that should never have been allowed. Tottenham didn't offer to replay the game. Last week, Liverpool haven't offered to replay the game against Forest. You see, there's no integrity anymore in football other than Arsenal.
The only reason that Arsenal did it, they were in financial shit. They had to have another game played to get all the ticket receipts. That's why.
No one was in financial trouble back in those days.
I don't know. I've just made the bloody thing up.
There was no financials to be worried about. A few people turned up, watched the game, played their money at the turnstiles in their flat caps and rattles, and that was it. There was no massive television rights. There was no players on hundreds of millions of pounds a week like Haaland and rubbish like that. That's why. And Ted Bowley, we got to bring him back again at Chelsea because they got me in such trouble. Anyway, I think.
And then what I'd like to say, dear listeners, please bring in with any old bollocks you've got about Arsenal, so we can just slate him and just wind him up again.
It's just not possible. We're the team that scored the most goals in the Premier League so far this season and let the least in. We are the most attractive football inside the world has ever seen.
You're the most attractive football inside.
Yes.
Are you talking about playing football or the faces of the footballers?
What is football about? It's about scoring goals. Who scored the most goals? Thank you very much. Not Manchester City. No. Not Liverpool. No. Not all. Tottenham under new Ange. Ooh, exciting football. Not them either. Villa have done well. But old Dick Emery will be gone soon.
I reckon we'll have him next season. Then he might start looking if we don't get somewhere else. But I don't think Villa are going to. I've always said they're playing still above their grade at the minute. There should be a place or two below. They haven't got the squad to carry it through.
Villa fans will be phoning in, Fash.
Yeah, I've always said that. I just don't think
Mandeep. They'll be straight onto you. You're in big trouble now.
I think we've done very well. We've had one major injury in Mings. We haven't got the squad to carry it through, really. We're doing very well. Unless we've got lots more money, we haven't got the squad of the Man City.
One of the guys in the league, I know, who should go nameless, has had Mings on his bench all season. And I said, I said to him, he's out for the season. He goes, yeah, but his value's dropped so low, I can't find a replacement.
Oh, right. Well, you don't have to name him because if you go back in the podcast, I think we did name him.
Anyway, Michael, enough of this nonsense. So I'm going to stop recording now.
Okay, and I'll say goodbye to Robin and goodbye to Robin.
And goodbye to you, Michael.